lost in the crowds. I wanna be cool, but I can't quite figure it out. I like to tell jokes, yet no one understands. I'm the best dang saxophone player in my high school band. I may not be perfect, but I'm perfectly unique. Hi, I'm Gemma. Now, reading is something that we've been doing for most of our lives. The words are right there in front of you, and all you have to do is connect the letters to make a word, and then string the words together to make a sentence. It's easy, right? Well, I seem to find it impossible. Honestly, my worst nightmare is sitting down in class to hear the teacher say those few dreaded words. Gemma, can you please read this page out loud to the class? No, I can't. Now, I know that most of you aren't in school anymore, but let's just think back to when you were, and the teacher called on you to read out loud. For most of you, you would have been fine. You would read fast, it would make sense, but for me that's not the case. See, I'm dyslexic, and my brain likes to swap the orders of the letters around in my head, which is super inconvenient and stressful when you have to read under pressure. And so I was afraid to read since I was just a girl. My brain would get all muddled up and put things in a whirl. The words would start to jumble when I looked at the page. I feel my cheeks start blushing and I'd soon be filled with rage. I'd see califragilisticexpialidocious. All my life I've struggled and had trouble with linguistics, but I always try my hardest while remaining optimistic. Califragilisticexpialidocious. And what you see, you know I can't read it. And what I see, I can't guarantee it. But all I'm asking is for a little respect. P-E-R-S-T-C-T, wait, that don't seem right to me. R-E-S-P-C-T-C, shit, well, I mean, nearly. Oh, you're a little respect. Oh, you're a little respect. Now, I always knew that I saw words differently to other people, but I never realized how differently. Like, apparently, when you guys look at a page, the words stay still. I think that takes all the fun out of reading. You see, when I look at the page, the words are all in the wrong order. The letters move around, cross over, and fade in and out, and sometimes they'll just disappear completely. So I went to get this checked out right to see if this was more than just dyslexia, and it turns out that I've got this thing called Irlen syndrome as well. Now, I had never heard of this in my life, so I ignored it completely, and Mum did what we all do when we need medical advice. She Googled it. And we found out so much. All my struggles in school, all my problems, they all made perfect sense now. See, Irlen syndrome is where the brain struggles to process visual information. But it's not just with reading. Now, my whole childhood, I had seriously struggled to get on escalators. I couldn't do it for the life of me. I had no idea where the steps were and where the cracks were. So I remember one time, I stood at the end of this escalator for so long that a massive swarm of families had gathered behind me, all with small children pushing each other to get to the front of the line to get up to the magic cave. So I got really stressed out by the whole experience and just kind of jumped on, hoping for the best, and then fell flat on my face as it turned into a step under my foot. But it turns out this is super common for people with Irlen syndrome, and it's okay, because we've got a completely different skill set. For example, I play the saxophone in my school band, something I'm pretty good at, I might add. But sometimes I can't read the sheet music at all, so I'll just sit there and listen to the band play through the song once, and by the end I've memorized it well enough that I can play most of it by ear, which I think is pretty cool. I'm not an extra, I'm not ordinary. I look in the mirror and it shows me I'm extraordinary. I'm one of the few who is proud of being me, and I would never trade that in for anything. That's my life, I did it, mama. Since I was a kid, I always know where I belong. Just me, my hat, my saxophone, and him. The story has a happy ending. I don't intend on letting this hold me back at all in life. I'm hoping to pursue a career in musical theatre, and thanks to being gifted with my great memory and a good ear for music, I am all good. I can't be anything that I'm not, 'cause